Who's a good fit for a MEC plan? Well, first of all, larger employers that have low-income employees, that's the first and foremost, I would say, the greatest fit. Now, ethically, I would never offer a MEC plan to the full-timers that we know can afford a major medical plan. I would first do that offering, and once everyone's enrolled and you've collected the waivers, whoever waived off that large group plan, then you can bring them over to the enrollment meeting with the part-timers, the seasonal, the variable hour employees, and offer MEC to everybody at that time. So it's really geared towards part-time, seasonal, variable hour. But I'd like to say that after you've collected the waivers and we know an employee is not going to enroll on that major medical plan, then I think it's ethical to offer the MEC plan. That way you're not getting in a pinch with your carrier where they're thinking that you're causing even though it's really not an adverse selection scenario because I'm not a major medical plan, it can be looked at that way. So you want to give that carrier their shot for the full-timers, and then again, make sure you can offer something to those that just couldn't afford that plan. I'll say this again like I did in the beginning of the video. We are in a recession. The economy's in bad shape. You're going to get a lot more people not enrolling even on that bronze major medical plan that you're offering. You know, these large employers, they're suffering. We can write our MEC plans down to 10, so we're not just for large groups, but it's just, it's a better way to round out a large group. So now you're not only insuring the 12 people out of the 170 that are employed at that company. Now you can keep those 12 people insured, but now you can cast a net over everybody and get them affordable access to care. There's large employers that are subject to ACA requirements, and that's an employer that has 50 or more full-time equivalents. Doesn't necessarily have to be full-time employees. It could be a combination of full-timers and then a bunch of part-timers where you run all their hours through a FTE calculator and you find out you have X amount of FTEs. You add that to the full-timers, and if that number is 50 or more, that group is an applicable large employer. They're subject to ACA filing and reporting, and you should definitely have a conversation with me so I can show you how to get out ahead of that so you don't get displaced by the mini brokers who are getting really good at this conversation. I'm starting to become real impressed by some of the brokers we started, and they didn't really know much about the conversation, the positioning, and really even how to bring it up. And now, they almost sound exactly like me, and I love that. In fact, they don't really even call me anymore asking for help on a sales call. I mean, I'll help them at any time and I'll help you, but it's just nice to see people grow and also grow their revenue because they chose to learn how to have a conversation. And then again, there's a lot of companies that are looking to save money because they just can't afford the plan you have in place right now. Please get to know the MEC. You might have to scale down and make the baseline offering my plan and then make everything else a buy-up. That way you don't lose out on the business altogether.